public sector is under attack. With the help of the people you can win it back. Housing, health, education, defend yourself from privatisation. Unions too can stop the rot before you lose everything you've got. Get together or it's gonna get worse. Let me hear you shout, put people first. Wage loss, a job loss, a tax loss, a rich loss. Privatisation.
This must be the place. It's bloody noisy in here.
You what?
I said it's bloody noisy in here!
What do you want?
God.
Aren't you expecting us? We're from the YTS scheme.
No, Mr. Great White sent you today. Right, I'll show you what you're doing then. Right, you first, son. The skills you'll be learning is called non-powered moving of equipment. As the bins come off the line, you pick them up and move them onto that line. Kevin here will show you what to do, okay?
Gordon, Benny.
Right, darling. You come along with me and I'll get you fixed up in the office. Right, your skill's called heating water electrically in an enclosed container. Can you make the tea, lovey?
You what?
When you've done that, can you give the place a bit of a sweep?
Great.
As long as you're willing and able, you've got 2 legs, 2 arms, like the men have as well, you go out and do it. That's my view.
Quite a few people think that you're crackers if you want to be a bricklayer or a joiner. They think that because you're a girl, you'll get married about 22 and you'll want children. I don't really think that's true nowadays. It might have been true a couple of years ago, but not now.
The reason Nalgo is supporting the Mohammed Idris campaign is just because it's another example of the kind of oppressive immigration laws that we have in this country. What we have every month, 250 people deported. Mohammed's case is an illustration, just one human illustration of what the campaign's really about. But it's also about Nalgo taking its trade union responsibilities, extending those responsibilities. We have regularly marched around Birmingham, we've regularly marched up and down London in support of pay campaigns and so on and so forth. But to turn around and march against oppression and against immigration laws is consistent with Nalgo policy. We hope that this campaign will be a launching pad for a much broader argument about the immigration issue. But now we're marching in support of Mohammed Idris.
I've always imagined sort of a man in a raincoat with a notepaper and a pen and that, you know. So, I thought a journalist sort of looks like a detective.
Scout! 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 Scout!
Yeah, leave it out. That's just native violence.
Violence? Where? Limited. Right. Great, Barry. Great human interest. But we got to get the baby story.
I'll try, Harry, but it's not going to be easy. Gordon Bennett.
It was crazy to think that the miners could win alone against the Tory government, the press, the media, the coal board. What the miners needed was support. That means action, not just words.
Where did we start? The women's group produced a short leaflet, which was translated into Urdu and Punjabi. The leaflets asked for donations of food for miners' families. We were not asking for charity, but we were calling for solidarity.
I think the reaction of people like myself and other members of the Aston's Health Service branch when we first heard of Moira's detention on the radio was one of shock, and we tried to move immediately to publicise the fact that she had been detained.
We're all members of the Moira O'Shea Support Committee. Moira was charged with conspiracy to cause an explosion. We all believe she's innocent.
The point really is that the PTA has been increasingly used against ordinary members of the Labour Party, Labour councillors, people who are opposed to the use of the conspiracy laws, people who are opposed to the maintenance of the British Army in Ireland, who are being taken in and questioned purely on their political beliefs, and it's nothing to do with terrorism whatsoever.
The actual noise of my machines, milling machines, they affect me. But the row from the powers, all the years that I've worked there, that's affected my hearing.
Social contact is important in order to prevent isolation.
In its heyday, around 1865, thousands of narrowboats used to daily operate along Birmingham's canals.
People are coughing and spluttering, people are off with bronchitis.
So do you have any problems with the language? What do you mean? Why should I?
But it came as a great surprise to me that the Home Office, that this only applies to white people, not to coloured, not to black people.
The struggles of the black workers in South Africa are exactly the same as the struggles of the working class in this country against any government that tries to implement repressive laws, whether they be ones of poverty wages, whether they be ones of pass laws, whether they be anti-trade union laws. Our struggles are united.
When the workers decided to go on strike to force this company to accept the union basic right. And what happened? Management sacked all 1,000 workers. And according to a South African law, there's nothing we can do. We tried to picket. In that demonstration, management responded by calling the soldiers, as you have seen them there with their dogs, guns, and 6 workers were killed in that picket line.
As a union nationally, we totally oppose the repression that is being exercised by the Buntu government in South Africa. In my branch, we have written to every member of our authority in the Health Authority, and we have made detailed investigations to ensure that there is no South African food being served either to staff or to patients in hospitals.
Well, I've been employed, this is the 5th year I've been unemployed, and this is the factory I used to work at, Bradley and Foster's. You can see it's finished, and this is the outcome of it. Everything's been knocked down. And Garringtons are finished. Ruby Owens, Wellman, Smith and Owen, Lloyd's, Richards's. Put a plate in place, that's finished.
If P&O's getting any message for this meeting, it's good to be one. We're still here, and we're not going to go away.
We're fighting for a trade union principle and the safety standards and the well-being of the travelling public.
I'm here at the picket line because I believe in safety to passengers and to crew, and I believe that I'm here doing the right thing after the Zeebrugge disaster. How can P&O expect people to cross that channel and people to work on those unsafe conditions, working more hours with less crew? I think it's really wrong.
Bang it on the window. Bang it on the door. Bang it on the ceiling. Bang it on the floor. Bang it stout and steady.
What's going on? Jobs. In a slimming down operation at the Imperial Seabird Clinic, 250 cleaning staff have lost their jobs. However, there are now several thousand new opportunities for cockroaches with the new private cleaning contractors at the hospital.
Get off! Young people today should not have the option of unemployment. I fail to see why we should pay social security benefits to those who are too lazy to avail themselves of the training opportunities this government provides. The jobs are there, if only you go out and look for them, and provided you don't price yourselves out of them. I can't understand what young people want money for anyway. They'd only fritter it away on slot machines and ice lollies.
Stupid games. Still, there's one thing. When you're unemployed, at least your time's your own.
Government schemes are calling. All you girls and boys. Quality is appalling. You haven't got the choice. You have got no future. And you will get no dough. Off your bums, you moochers. Come and dig a hole.
If you don't push, if you're not pushy, and you're not obstinate and firm, then you don't get anything. They just, I don't know, they treat you like you're ignorant. And if you can get somewhere like a benefits advice centre or somewhere like Open Door, where there's a lot of unemployed people who are willing to sit down and tell you how they... I mean, that's how I got most of my stuff, through listening to people in there saying, oh, didn't you know you can get tea towels and pots and pans? You have to fight hard, otherwise you don't get anything.
Hello, Housing Benefits, can I help you? Well, when I first came to work here, I joined the union because everybody else was in it. Hardly anything went on in the office to do with unions until we had our own sort of dispute with management. This was over the introduction of new technology and a regrading claim. We didn't see eye to eye over it, and it ended up that management said, you either work the new technology, the new VDUs or whatever, or you go home, which ended up that we had 5-week strike.
It was absolutely horrible. It was a big worry, really, because, I mean, you didn't know if you was going to lose your job, worrying about the money. But a lot of the older people who were coming in, you know, sort of brushing past you and giving you a bit of abuse, a lot of them just, you know, run you down all the time. Some of them just laughed at you as if you were stupid in what you was doing. But once you'd actually told them what was going on and how it had come about, they was okay with you. Well, we got what we wanted.